One of the most powerful principles that can completely transform our lives is the mirror reality. This transformation doesn't require any specific technique or strategy that demands action. Instead, this principle is about the person you want to become. For example, if your desire is to become a millionaire, the truth is that you need to become a millionaire on the inside before it shows up on the outside. Otherwise, you'll keep jumping from one place to another, thinking the problem lies outside of you. The first lesson in this principle is that if you don't change internally, nothing external will change. This is the core essence of the mirror reality. If you master this principle, everything you touch will turn to gold. However, this requires you to face your own demons, your own reflection, which might show you things you don't like. If you're truly ready for a significant change, this video is for you. In this video, I'll also share a crucial exercise that I still practice today. The principle is simple to understand, but very hard to put into practice. Only few of us master the mirror reality. So what does it exactly mean? Reality is a mirror that reflects your relationship with yourself and the world, or with reality itself, your inner world and your outer world. What do I mean by that? Let's go back to the example of becoming a millionaire. If your relationship with money is that you're not capable of making money, that you're not good at it, then the mirror reality will say, "Oh, that's what you believe? So be it." Here's more evidence of why you're not capable of making money, and life will give you more situations that confirm what you believe. So, remember this crucial point. The external world is merely a reflection formed by the image within, which is just another way of saying it mirrors our internal world. If we look carefully at the world around us, it's clear that most people are increasingly caught up in the chaos of the outside world, consumed by technology, social media, and the rush of daily life. Many of us have lost touch with our inner wisdom, the inner essence that we once mastered. So, let's explore the 4 keys that will help you shape reality according to your desires. When we study the law of attraction, for example, one of the most mentioned ideas is how reality is a mirror. And what we often try to do is manipulate that mirror. The first fundamental key of the mirror principle is understanding that the mirror reality reflects 2 things: your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world around you. In other words, what you see in the mirror reality is a projection of how you see yourself and how you view the world. If you look at yourself and think you're not good enough, the mirror will simply reflect that belief. I'm not good enough. I can't do this because I'm not good enough. And the mirror will respond, you're not good enough. Here's more proof of why you're not good enough. The reflection is based on the messages you send to the mirror reality. The mirror reality is like a loyal friend who is always ready to validate what you believe. So instead of trying to manipulate the reflected image directly, we must learn to transform the image we project in front of the mirror. This is similar to influencing someone. When we directly say to someone, "Don't do that," they're more likely to do exactly what was forbidden. However, if we choose to motivate and inspire them by presenting persuasive reasons to avoid certain actions and explaining the potential negative impacts, they're more likely to listen and accept our influence. So our goal is to influence our world indirectly. The mirror reality simply amplifies what you believe. It will always reflect what you hold to be true in your mind, both about yourself and your worldview. This is one of the most crucial keys to remember. Now the question is, how can we change this? How can we break this pattern and consciously choose what we want? You need to create your own identity and worldview, your paradigm. I'll provide an example to help you understand how to create your identity. First, it's essential to be clear about what you want in the long term. In 10 years, for example, in the final image, what's an activity you see yourself doing every day? What do you have that makes your life a continuous journey of discovery? And ask yourself, who am I being now? What characteristics and traits do I have when I'm achieving, having, and doing all these things? This is crucial. Next, consider what your worldview is. How do you perceive the world when you're living this reality? How do you see the world when you're experiencing all this? Take a moment to bring powerful affirmations to life. First, create affirmations about your identity, how you see yourself. It could be something like, I am worthy. I am a magnet for abundance because I carry within me the magic touch of an alchemist. Then create affirmations related to your vision of the world. For example, the world conspires in my favor. Everything happens at the right time and according to the divine plan. As you commit to repeating these affirmations daily and internalizing them, get ready to witness an incredible transformation. The reality you perceive, the way you see the world, will start to change before your eyes. Even if what you want seems difficult today, it doesn't mean you won't achieve it tomorrow. Everything takes time, practice, and patience. So respect your time, but don't let certain fears stop you from achieving the extraordinary. Make sure to take a moment to do this exercise. It has the power to revolutionize your life. Now let's move on to key number 2. You need to understand that the reflection we see in our material world forms with a certain delay. Why? In our inner world, we can create an image instantly, just by closing our eyes and visualizing what we want. That's how it works in this dimension. However, in the third dimension, the physical dimension, things take a while to manifest due to the dense nature of matter. Matter cannot break the laws of nature to make everything manifest instantly. So that brings us to the next key. You have to hold on to the belief you've established long enough for your desire to manifest. This means you must remain faithful to the identity and worldview you've created until your goal reveals itself. Whatever you want to be, start by adopting the identity of someone who already is that. Ask yourself how that person would act and hold on to that identity long enough. An interesting phenomenon occurs when people start to experience this. They realize their lives have ups and downs. They establish a belief, an identity, expecting their goal to come true, but the result doesn't appear immediately. Then their mood begins to decline, along with the belief. Now, once your mood reaches at its lowest point, just when things seem darkest, that's often when your desires start to manifest. However, when they do, they tend to reflect your previous negative mindset, but with a delay. As a result, what you've been hoping for begins to crumble again because it's simply mirroring how you felt before. This creates a wave-like pattern in your life, a cycle of ups and downs that seems impossible to escape. You experience these highs and lows and they keep repeating. The key to breaking this cycle is to stay committed to the identity and worldview you've created. This is the most effective way to bring about meaningful change in your life. Now let's move on to the next key, which I find incredibly impactful and practice every single day. You need to understand that the mirror reality doesn't reflect the nature of your thoughts, but rather their purified content. Let me explain. If you keep expressing dissatisfaction, like saying, I hate my dead-end job, I hate my boss, I hate my partner, I hate the bills I have to pay, the mirror doesn't reflect the hate itself. Instead, it reflects the specific content of your complaints. For example, if you hate your bills, the mirror gives you more bills. If you hate your job, more situations will arise to make you even more dissatisfied with work. This is exactly how it works. The more you focus on what you don't want, the more this will be reflected in your life, giving you more reasons to confirm your worldview and identity. This is the fundamental difference between a scarcity mentality and an abundance mentality. It's about seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty. The key to applying this in your life is simple. Focus on what you want and what you already have. To make any change happen, you need to start by appreciating what you have right now, all the progress you've made, your beautiful family and friends, and the things you want in your life. Just stop and think, what do I want? What would make my life a real journey of discovery? How does that look? How does it feel? It can be a vague image at first, as long as you're focused on what you want. When you do this, when you keep your focus on what you want, the gap between your current life and your desired life starts to close because you begin to push the boundaries of your comfort zone. Now let's move on to key number 4, which will change everything forever. If you learn to control this mirror reality, you will no longer feel so uncertain about what you're doing. You will literally see reality changing before your eyes. It all starts with an observation. So, what's the backward attitude you've had in the past? All the complaints, the bad things that happened, or the unconscious choices you made. That's the present moment. When you look at the present moment and see bills to pay or a job you don't like, for example, you observe this and use it to form your image or attitude. When I say image, I mean the internal attitude, thoughts and feelings that we present to the mirror. When we form this image, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it, creating reality according to that image. But here's what usually happens. Most people look at the reflection again and stay stuck in this cycle. It's an addictive trap that many people fall into. They keep watching and remain stuck in that pattern, and in the end they think, damn, this keeps happening again and again, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Then they try different tactics and strategies, but nothing seems to work. It works for a while, gets them excited, but then they fall back into the same pattern simply because they haven't made an internal change. But I want you to remember something very important. This is because there is no fundamental change happening in terms of worldview and identity. So, the way to break this cycle is to reverse the process. Most people start by observing, then creating the image, and then seeing the reflection. This is the standard cycle, but it keeps them stuck. If you want to become a true creator of your reality, you need to reverse this cycle. I say this because I've been through it myself for many years, but when I really understood this cycle, everything changed. To break this cycle, start with the image you want to form. Turn your back on the reflection. Stop focusing on your current reality, and instead focus on the new reality you want to create. Because we begin to realize that what surrounds us now is the result of decisions made in the past. It's crucial to understand this if we want to see any change. If I want to shape tomorrow, I must consciously choose today. So we start with the image. When we choose the image and say, this is what I want, and this is what I have, the mirror has no choice but to begin reflecting it back, little by little. Even small changes will happen gradually, with some delay. So what do we do next? Instead of just observing, we confirm. We look into the mirror to see what's working, and when we notice the reflection, we think, oh, that's working. Look, that happened. If you want more confidence, over time you'll notice that people start responding to you more positively. If you wanted to improve some aspect of your life, you'll observe things getting better. Your whole world might be falling apart, but you focus only on the things you want to confirm, the things that align with the worldview and identity you've chosen to create. The idea is to keep doing this consistently. The more you keep doing it, the more it will grow into something beyond anything you've ever imagined. If you start using these principles, your life will change completely. This is real, something I applied, and it worked wonders for me, so I'm sharing it with you. At the very beginning of my spiritual journey, I thought it was nonsense, but when I saw the results, it was incredible. Things I wanted started coming to me, even beyond what I had imagined. As we dive into the depths of the mirror reality, we uncover an inner power that we often overlook. What we see around us is actually an echo of our beliefs, identity, and worldview. But the secret to transformation lies in not just observing reality, but actively shaping our destiny with the image of who we want to be and what we want to achieve. As we form this new image, the mirror reality responds with small changes, gradually transforming. The mirror reality knows no limits. It only responds to what we offer it. Just like an alchemist who turns lead into gold, we can transform our lives by adopting a mindset of abundance, focusing on what we have and what we want. Ultimately, our journey through the mirror reality is a search for the truth within ourselves and a celebration of our ability to create, innovate, and transcend. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I know it will transform your life too. Now I know also that you will give this video a like and donate a coffee to me. That is awesome. I love coffee. Thank you so much, dear friend. Namaste.